With school about to start back up, your child might be walking to school or home from school from the bus stop by themselves. And the Alliance Against Family Violence and Sexual Assault is offering some free self-defense classes for kids and adults. And that is where Camby is live this morning. Camby, how's it going out there?
Hey, good morning, John. Yeah, that's right. So we're talking about the dangers of when kids are walking home from school or the bus stop by themselves. And we're going to get some tips here this morning on things that you can do. They also have a class. We'll talk about that at the end, about the classes that you can take here. So Dave, really quick, let's go over some of the quick tips that you want to give parents for what they should tell their child when they're walking home from school.
Okay. Do you want me to hold that?
Yeah, you hold that. And actually, what we're going to do is we're going to have Dave here pretend to be a potential kidnapper.
Right.
So you're going to go hide and kind of explain what we're doing.
Exactly.
Okay? All right, here we go.
So the most important thing really is awareness. When you're walking around, if you're caught off guard, that's going to be a real problem to defend yourself. If someone sneaks up on you and hits you in the head, there's nothing you can do. But if you're aware of a situation, then hopefully you can either avoid it or deal with it in a better way.
Okay, so Gloriella and I...
Okay. Right, I'm going to be the bad guy. I'm hiding in my van or something. We're going to have Gloriella walk by. She's on her phone, playing with her keys. She's got her purse. She's distracted. As she walks by... You okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Since she wasn't aware of that, it's very easy for me to just grab her and take her in the van. It took 3 seconds. Okay, it's very scary.
Okay, now what am I supposed to do?
Okay, so now as you walk by, head up, you're not playing with your phone or your keys, you're looking around, checking out the neighbors' yards and everything. Okay, you see me because you're looking around. Now you avoid this area, you give yourself some room. Don't turn your back to me. Oh. So you're being aware, you're always keeping your eye on me. You want to acknowledge me so you know that I know that you know that I'm here.
Did you see I pointed? I said, hey, like I see you. When the kids are walking home by themselves, that's probably not the best idea. What else should parents be communicating to their kids?
Right, rather than walking alone by themselves, they should try to be with a group. Besides that, if there's no other choice, they have to walk home by themselves, they should definitely have a phone call. You know, the parents should call at whatever designated time, or the kids should call the parents when they get home.
But not texting or calling while they're walking, because that's the distraction that can be dangerous.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just like driving. You know, if you're distracted, things happen.
Okay. So when they do see a person, and let's say they're on the same sidewalk, let's say this was the sidewalk, then would you recommend that the kid crosses the sidewalk? Would that have been the better thing for me to do, is kind of cross ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. Either cross, or swerve around at very least, but even cross the street is a good idea.
Okay.
Of course, with caution, there's cars and whatnot.
Yeah. All right, let's get some information on the screen for you in case you're interested in taking these self-defense classes. They do a women's self-defense class here, a kids self-defense class here, an adult self-defense class here, and it is free. Hello, it's my middle name, free. So if you want to come check out these classes, call that number on the screen, find out when they're doing it. I believe it's the third Wednesday of the month. Is that right, that you guys do the kids class?
Mm-hmm, from 6 to 9.
So you have a kids class that's planned today. Is that already filled, or could people still possibly sign up for that?
Unfortunately, it is filled. We had 45 people register already. It's becoming very popular because it's an important event.
Okay, and coming up, we're going to show you some more of the moves, maybe a kick punch. It could be possibly that you would need to use that.
Yeah, I think the kick punch, probably not a good technique, but we're anxious to learn. Camby, thank you very much.
We talked about all those distractions. You know, kids have like those PSPs or whatever they're called, and like the little video games or their phones, and they're not paying attention. So we talked about that earlier, about staying alert. That's the most important thing, and that is what can really save your child. But if your child is still distracted or something happens that they do get attacked, okay, so Dave's going to demonstrate what happens. So this is what do we call this?
This is a basic wrist escape.
Okay.
So the concept is very simple. You know, I'm going to do the other side so you can see at home. There's 4 fingers here, and so that's my strength, and I'm pulling, so I'm expecting you to pull back.
Okay, like this, right?
Right, so that makes it easy because my power is going to win against a kid, of course. But if you go towards my thumb and actually push slightly forward, you're going against my resistance. In other words, I'm not expecting that, so you can use that to take.
Okay, so what you want to do is kind of lean in and then go over, and then that way I can run away, because the trick is not to try and beat the other person up, it's just to try and get away.
Exactly.
Okay, now Gloriella, Layla, she's a little bit taller than you by 1 inch.
Okay.
And she can actually defend herself against Dave. So they're going to show us how they do this. By the way, I should mention that they are also boyfriend and girlfriend. So, Gloriella, take him down, girl. So they do the wrist escape, and then she punches, and they don't rehearse this at all. Okay, and let's talk about that kick that she just did down there too, because when she kicked right here, right? That's not, you don't want to kick there. You want to kick in the stomach. Why do you want to kick right there, Glorietta?
Because it's the ribs and it hurts more. You cannot breathe when you hit your ribs.
Okay, because the chest is really protected, right? Okay, you can come on up. We won't beat you up anymore, at least for this segment. Okay, so let's put a phone number on the screen. That is the number to call if you are interested in these free self-defense classes. We're talking about for kids, for women, for adults. Anybody who wants to take these classes can. They even do them in other outlying areas outside of Kern County. And look at, they're smiling, and they still like each other.
Can be a little bit of relationship advice there. When she tells him to take out the trash, just take it out.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'll let him know.
She's got moves.
Help! But that is not what you want to do, right? Now, stop grabbing me because I don't want Gloriella to beat me up. That is Dave's girlfriend. But, you know, help isn't always the best thing to yell. What do you teach the kids to yell when they're being attacked?
A couple of things that are the best things to say is, number one, I don't know you. That'll get people's attention more. Often kids rebel against their parents and yell, help, help, because my mom's going to spank me.
Yeah.
But when you say, I don't know you, people will understand it's not their parent and then hopefully get involved. That and maybe you're not my mommy, you're not my daddy, something like that.
Okay, and also we're going to talk about how you can use different items to actually try and help protect yourself if something were to happen. And of course, you know, you never want to think that this is going to happen to you or to your child, but it is a possibility and better to be prepared. So you're going to demonstrate this with Glorietta. So explain to us kind of what's going on.
Okay. Well, we're going to pretend this chair is a park bench or something at school, maybe a desk, whatever. And parents know that if you're trying to get your kid out of the car and they're holding on to stuff, it's impossible. So we use the same concept for kids in self-defense. If I'm going to abduct her, I want to try and pull her out of the chair. But if she's latched on, then it's really hard. You know, not only that, now if I took the whole chair, and then probably people are going to look at that kind of funny, and hopefully that'll get their attention, and hopefully someone will react and come to help.
And a lot of times people, even if they hear somebody yelling help, they don't necessarily instinctively think, let me call the police, because they always think somebody else is going to do it.
Right. So that's important. Anybody who's watching this and spread the word. If you hear someone yelling, help, fire, you're not my mommy, any of those things, get involved, do something, call the police. Don't assume someone else did, and don't assume, oh, it's probably okay. You should always react.
Okay, yeah, so better for the police to get 500 phone calls than none. Hey, we gave you that phone number earlier on the screen. That is the number to call if you want these free self-defense classes. We're talking self-defense classes for kids, women, and adults. Everyone is welcome. They also come out to the outlying areas like Lamont and Delano. They do classes there as well. So give that number a call, and you can get some more information. In our last segment, we're going to talk about the kick punch. Can Dave avoid it?
Yes.
We don't know.
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering, when does the kick punch come in? Hey, Kimmy, a quick question, and this is something that I think is interesting and timely. A lot of parents with the whole going back to school, a lot of young women going off to college. Do they see a lot of mother-daughter teams that also might take this at this time?
Do you see a lot of mother-daughter teams come in to take this class, like especially with kids going off to college?
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably our #1 hit, I think. You know, parents obviously, when their daughter goes away to college, they're going to be by themselves, you know. So the mom gets involved to encourage the daughter, and then they do it because the daughter's going to be leaving the home. So, of course, that's one of our most popular people that attend.
Okay, there you go, Layla.
A good tip to know before you head out to college. Camby Brown, I can't wait to see the kick punch. That's going to be awesome. Oh, and there's a preview. Thank you, ma'am.
Earlier, Layla mentioned college students. So because of that, we started thinking about, you know, if people are at the club or at a bar and somebody is approaching them and they are not, you know, wanting to go with them and they're being really aggressive. So Dave's going to demonstrate that with Glorietta. So kind of explain to us what the situation is. Glorietta's at the club and you are kind of going to come up and grab her, right?
Right. Basically, I'm a bad guy. I'm drunk. I'm acting stupid. Not just grabbing her, but I'm being physically aggressive and I'm not letting go, so she needs to do something to get out of there.
Okay, let's have you demonstrate what happens.
Okay. Hey, baby, what's up? Let's go dance. Come on, let's go. Hey, what's
Okay, so she uses the headbutt and then is able to do like the knee to the groin and run away. And you know what? When you do these classes, you actually get a lot of mother and daughters. What are some of the situations that they really want you to help them with in the self-defense class?
Pretty much exactly situations like that, or if they're walking out of their classroom back to their car, if they're alone, if someone grabs them, stuff like that. If they're on the ground especially is important. So just mainly escape moves, you know, if they're being grabbed or attacked, and then how to get out of that and get home safely.
Okay, and if that were to happen at the club, the most important thing is after she does that, she needs to go home.
Yeah.
And why is that?
No matter how good a time she's having, that guy's still going to be there, and not only that, he's going to be upset. So he might continue to attack, he might wait for her outside.
Okay.
It's a bad situation.
Now, they do these classes for adults, kids, and women. You can take these classes for free. Call the number on your screen. They'll tell you when those classes are happening. Also, you know, I've been telling you all morning long, let's see how Dave does with the kick punch. Dave, do you think you can handle this?
I'll do my best.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
I'm probably gonna take
Dave.
him. I'm probably gonna take him down, Layla.
Oh,
You
yeah,
watch.
Dave
Watch
should
this.
be scared. He's smiling. He should be scared.
Whoa!
Yeah, kick punch. Try that kick punch again.
Put that in your
I'm
pipe
dead.
and smoke it,
I'm dead.
Candy Brown.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
don't think that's going to make another appearance.
I believe the kids say you got served there.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You know what?
The
Just
kick
walk away.
punch. The kick punch is not self-defense. It is just for fun.
Camby, this is the point where you need to go home. Remember,
Yeah.
he was saying
Yes.
go home. Now you go
Yep.
home. Thank you, ma'am.